Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Ah, good. Trying to still remember, like, keep my days straight, cause like, it's, it's crazy out here.
Yep, it
I was gonna
definitely
ask you,
is
how's
for
your week?
sure. It's good. Everything is good. Working, staying busy, trying to stay
Yeah,
productive. Just the usual, the usual. Trying to stay inspired, keep
yeah,
that going.
yeah. I was gonna say, I know you have a performance tonight
Um,
for Hard Rock. So, how is it preparing for that? I know, like, you've done already a performance for what Club Mood you did already
yeah,
in April.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I do have a performance tonight for Hard Rock. Club Mood
Yeah,
went really well with YouTube and just being a part of that whole thing. It was just dope to be the first independent, artist
yeah.
to ever do it. And we tested out the features. People donated money. So even though
Hmm.
we were testing things out, I was actually, able to really connect with people. I mean, I was
Yeah.
connecting with people like in Brazil, and I was like, "Well, I
What?
got fans in Brazil."
I was gonna ask you how is it though, like from an artist standpoint, because it's so different. You don't have the crowd in front of you. You have it virtually, but not like what were your first thoughts when you went live? Because it's a different whole world for everyone, really quick.
Honestly, to be truthfully honest, I love it. I mean,
Okay.
I you know I I feel like I'm still able to connect with people, but being
Yeah.
that it's like online, I'm able to connect with people that are far away, because
Yeah.
when you do a show, it's the locals, it's people that came from out of town to see you. And at
Hmm.
times, like if you're a bigger artist, yeah, maybe you will have people to fly internationally to see you, but it's kind of like if you're still building your fan base and you're still trying to grow, it's so good for me just because people can tune in and they don't have to leave Africa.
Exactly.
They don't have to leave, Spain. They don't have to leave India, because I do have fans in those areas, and I don't know when I'm going to
Yeah.
India.
Exactly.
So, so I'm like, hey, at least y'all can enjoy the performance. Y'all can see what I do, and be able to connect with me. So
Hmm.
but honestly, I've been enjoying the aspect of it. But really and
Yeah.
truly, it's still nerve wracking, regardless
Yeah.
of whether people think, oh, because you at home and you doing the show, you should feel better about it. I still get nervous. I'm still like, hey, can we, even the pre-recordings, like the ones that are pre-recorded that you
Yeah.
do for like different platforms, I'm still like spending 3 and 4 hours. Like, I gotta do that part over. I gotta do that part over. This is recorded. So it's still the
There's
same
still the
nerve.
same vibe, the same nerves beforehand, and that's a good
Yeah.
thing though. So at least you're not comfortable and you're still excited for it. So that's I feel like it's a good thing. But um, I want to bring it all the way back. So like childhood wise, growing up, what age did you know you really wanted to get like what age did you start singing and then what age did you know like, hey, I want to take this seriously and I want to pursue it? Because a lot of people could sing, but they don't pursue it. They just kind of have it
Right.
as a hobby. What age was it for you that you started singing and then, really got serious?
The age for me was when I realized, like, hey, well, I can actually write a song,
Yeah.
because I was writing, because I never wanted to be the type of artist to where I have everybody doing everything for me. Like you
Yeah.
have those artists that don't write at all, and
Hmm.
that's cool, for them. But I've always wanted to write my stuff and be a part of the process. And I was like, you know what? Unless I can be a full out artist,
Yeah.
just as far as being able to perform, being able to write, I didn't, want to do it because I don't just want to be like, well, I typically call it like a one trick pony.
Yeah.
So I didn't necessarily want to be that. So when I was able to
And that makes sense
master,
because you depend on so many people that way too. Yeah.
right. And then, I don't want to, my career to be in somebody else's hands. And if,
Yep.
because I mean, people are up and then people are down. You're not always up.
Hmm.
And And if it comes a moment in my life where I'm up at one point, then I'm down and I can't, I can't do things for myself and I'm not self-sufficient, that's a problem for me in general, because now your career is not going to move the way you will want it to move because of that. So it's like,
Yeah.
once I was able to start writing and it wasn't whack, it was, I'm not just thinking I can write, but I'm like writing and getting feedback, and I'm getting mentorships from people that have written millions of songs, and I'm
Yeah.
getting, and I was like, okay, you know what, I might be able to do this. And it's like it happened like over a course of years, because I started kind of like when I was in middle school. I was like, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing poems. Maybe let me try a song. And then I,
Yeah.
wrote a song, went in the studio, recorded it at 16. And then I'm like, okay, maybe. And then I, maybe, I don't know. And then, I turned 18. I was in college for about a year, and then I
Mm-hmm.
withdrew because I said, well, hey, I want to go ahead and pursue my dreams while I'm young. I'm
Yep.
going to go back to school. I'm still going to do those things, but let me just, use the talents
Kick
that
it.
God
Yep.
gave me and try to pursue my career. And I was really inspired to do that because I had mentorship then too, and I was talking to different professors, and I was like, well, it was one in particular. He was like, school is always gonna be here.
Very true. Yep.
Dreams, go for your dreams. I'm never gonna
Especially when
tell
you're
you,
young. Yep.
yeah, right. So, once I went through that process, I kind of was like, okay, it took a lot of growing, just to
Mm-hmm.
really, because everybody thinks that they want to do something, but with this type of career, it's not always like what they say. It ain't sweet. It ain't.
It's not at all. Nothing
It
sweet
ain't
about it.
sweet.
It's
And so,
cutthroat.
right, absolutely. So, over time and over years and practice and getting better and better, it's like, okay, this is the career for me.
Yeah, I want to ask you too. Like, was it hard? Because I'm from Chicago, and Chicago's it was it still is the third biggest market, but it still feels like as though now today, like Atlanta's, I feel bigger than Chicago, at least like industry wise. Like it's not as big. Did you find it hard because you're from Memphis? Like hard to get to network and work with people because it's a like me. I moved to LA last year for a half a year, and I just took that jump by myself with like $1,000, and I was like, hey, let's see what I could do with this. Just network more. So was it hard for you, and what were your challenges? 'Cause moving from like I said, Memphis is still a big city, but
Yeah,
to
right.
the entertainment business, it's a smaller city.
Right. Well, for me, it's like it's very difficult because you have so many talented people in one place, but
Yeah.
it's not, it's more, I've always looked at Memphis as more of like an industrial
Mm-hmm.
city, because FedEx is here, Nike, a lot of warehouses are here, so it's not like um a lot of entertainment business,
Yeah.
it's just not. And it's definitely very hard, because here it's like, hey, I want to be able to get the same opportunity as the artists in LA and things like that. But it's not always the easiest thing, just because it's not that many resources here. But, I'm hoping that I can help change that, and
Yeah.
my company that I'm with, because honestly, we're the first label to be here um, in the last 25 years. So, I mean, the last label was Stax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
That's
that was,
that's a minute ago.
yeah. So, my goal, and I think other artists that are from the city's goal, is to bring awareness back to the city, put some eyes on us, some attention on us, to where it's
Mm-hmm.
more events here, it's more opportunity here, because it's a lot, I'm blessed, and I'm in a position where I can travel, but not every artist can do that. And so it's
Yeah.
like,
And
you
it's not
know,
cheap going out to
right,
LA and
right. Right, and a
not at
lot of
all.
artists that are here from Memphis, they move to LA, and I'm just like, dang, LA kind of high. You know what I'm saying?
It's more than
It's
high. It's it's not livable if you're not banking at least over
Right,
100K to live comfortable and not, you know what I'm saying, eating ramen noodles for every day.
right. Cause that ain't
Yeah.
good for the temple. Like my writing and my health. My health is the reason why I'm able to write and do well with some things in my career. That the food you eat and the way you live can definitely
Mm-hmm.
change your mood. So
Yeah.
it's like, I want to be somewhere where I'm happy, I'm stress free, I'm healthy. And to be honest, that's not, a lot of people aren't able to do that. And it's like in
Yeah.
Memphis, yeah, it hasn't been like the easiest thing. But
Yeah, I was gonna say that's dope that you're like you said, you could travel if you need to work with someone or whatever. But it's cool you're saying you want to stay in your. I think more artists should do that because so many artists just leave, to LA or New York or Atlanta, and then they just forget about their city, and they
right.
may come back,
I mean, they
20
do
years
it. They do
later.
it here too. You know what I'm saying? They do it here, but hey, it's you know.
Yeah, like
So I tell
I
people,
get
hey,
it
when we get
because
it popping, don't come back. Don't come
exactly. Yeah, I
back.
just wish more cities would do that with their artists. Stay in your city, rock your city. Like, it's not done enough. So I appreciate you saying that because I think more artists, and especially right now with this all going on, there's no reason that you can't be in your own city.
Right. You want to be with your exactly. And I was saying it too. I'm like, this is the best time to like. I'm in Memphis. I'm
Mm-hmm.
performing. I'm still able to touch platforms. I'm still able to get interviews. I'm still able to do a lot of the things that I was on the road doing in other cities, and it makes me feel good because I can be around my loved ones, my friends, and my family, and I don't have to. I don't have to leave, and then I can represent, from my city. And
Exactly.
it's. I see myself honestly. I'm so spoiled. And it's so funny. My team,
Uh-huh.
we're so spoiled on Memphis food that
Food,
we probably will never.
because
Like I'll
LA
be.
food sucks
You know
so
what? I'm gonna tell
bad.
you. Honestly, I love the authentic Mexican food. I love the authentic Mexican and I love sushi. Honestly, when I go to LA, though, that's really all I eat. Besides,
But that's all that's really good is either any kind of Asian cuisine or the Like if you go to the good Mexican, like you said, authentic spot. If you go to like West Hollywood, you ain't finding that. Like you need to go to you know, the hood spots, the food trucks. Those are like the good stuff in LA. But like you said, there's nothing like good old home cooking. Like you don't find that. Like that's one thing I hated when I moved out there. I was like, man, I'm just gonna lose a lot of weight, and I lost a lot of weight really quick, and then I came back home and I gained it
hey,
all back because I was like,
look,
man, I miss Chicago food. Like,
look. Oh, and I love like in Chicago. I love Chicago's. Oh my gosh, they seafood. Oh my.
yeah, we got some good food. I feel we're underrated at times, but everyone should come to Chicago once in their life. I feel, but
Yeah, I did a radio tour for my single, my last single, Lois Lane there, and I got an opportunity because I didn't know, I never heard about Chicago having this amazing food, but everywhere I went, I was like, this is
yeah, it's
good.
dangerous. it's But I want to get into it though. You've been busy, man. You've been like hustling, like since what 2018. You dropped what? I Do That, Gold Digger, Lois Lane. I mean, you did the South by Southwest EP. I mean, you did and then 2019 you did a Christmas album. So like,
I did.
yeah, like you've been staying at it, and you've been putting out quality work. I mean, dope videos. Like you're not, and that's what I like about a lot of more independent acts. Sometimes they don't do enough like, you know, production for videos. It's like, yo, put a dope, and you're doing that. So like, how has it been though these past 2 years before this whole pandemic happened? How was it though, just really getting everything out there and doing the thing?
It's been great, like just getting the opportunity to really, really show everybody the sound that I have, doing different material, trying different things. It's just been great. It's been a growing process for me still because I'm still developing the sound that I want over the years, and it takes years sometimes to develop that sound and
Yeah.
just get better at the craft and really build. And it has just been a really, really amazing growing process, because I feel like people that heard Real Thing Don't Change, and people that heard Lois Lane, and people that are hearing Act Out, they get the opportunity to witness that process. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's Real Thing Don't Change. Oh, that's Lois Lane. Look at her. Listen to Act Out. And they get to watch the change and kind of be on the journey. And it's just so interesting, like when people say, and it's like, I didn't know this until I started doing music, but when
Yeah.
people say, oh, why they change, why they doing this new sound, why they doing that, but all of that is like, as you grow and you create, you want to do other things, you want
Yeah.
to change, and that's just, you're just basically watching somebody grow before your eyes. So
Yeah.
I've definitely, because I look at myself like 3 years ago and I'm like, who is that girl? Who's she?
And, you know, it's so funny. I wanted to say, I really love that you dropped a Christmas album quickly. Because a lot of people say, like, oh, you're not supposed to drop a Christmas album till later in your career. I'm like, no. You look at Mariah Carey, she dropped a Christmas album. I remember her in, like, previous interviews saying, like, no, like, it was a kind of up in the air because people were saying it was too early. But she did it really early in her career, and it's one of the biggest Christmas albums, I think, from an artist of the past 30 years. So I really love it that you did it, because you, and another thing is, people drop multiple Christmas albums. You could do one in 10 years from now, another one. Like, so was that important to you to get it out early? Because I think that's dope you did that, because so many people wait, I think, too long sometimes.
That's true. For me, it's kind of like, well, hey, that was actually she's my inspiration for it, to be honest. Because I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I want all I want for Christmas.
Who
Like, what?
doesn't,
I
right?
mean, she doesn't really have to put out a major album. Like,
No.
she's gonna go platinum every single year, the
Yeah.
same time of the. And I'm just like, the thing about it is those records are timeless records.
Yeah.
People are always going to want to have some dope Christmas songs to listen to around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, even if you never put out a new Christmas song, we have to think about, so many Christmas songs. Let It Snow, This Christmas. Those records, they didn't really do like a crap ton of Christmas records. But those
Yeah.
records are played every single year, the same songs every single year. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have some new artists putting out songs. But if you really think about it, that's kind of how I want to be. You don't have to release a Christmas album every year. You don't have to. You can re-release the same Christmas album with some additional tracks. You
Yep.
can do a couple of, remix joints, some covers, and release the same album again.
Mm-hmm.
You can put a feature on it,
Yeah.
release it again.
Yeah, and
So
like
it's just,
how All I Want for Christmas, it went number one, what, 19 years after? It's the first time it went number one was this past 2019. So like you were saying, you may not get the number one right away, but look at 19 years later, it's number one for her. Like you said, it'll keep on selling. Like you're guaranteed residual checks for life. Like you're good.
right.
Like really
Keep
good.
dropping the same
Yeah.
thing. Oh, I'm gonna give you a feature with it. I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
a remix with it. I'm gonna give you a hip hop version.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna keep releasing that same thing over and over
Yeah. No.
until you get it. Because sometimes a lot of people say, well, this song isn't this and this song isn't that. The thing about it is maybe they might be, and I've learned this, like listening to some artists, maybe they're ahead of the curve. Like sometimes
Yeah.
they're ahead of their time on music and they release the music at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and
100%.
right. And then, sometimes it takes people longer to get it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And maybe people just started understanding All I Want for Christmas, and now it's boom, it's a platinum.
Yeah.
Because maybe people didn't get it then. Maybe they get it now. So it's like, sometimes it's not necessarily that it's not a great record. It's just the timing. So just because it's like, and my Christmas album did really good. I was actually shocked because I'm like,
Yeah.
that many people listening to Christmas songs.
And like you said, you can never get enough of Christmas songs, and it's always dope to hear how someone, does little minor tweaks, or the way your voice is, or the way, you do the track a little different. You know, it's always dope to hear because you're not going to want to hear the same exact one every time. So it's dope to hear different people's versions of it. I think you did that. Like you, and I'm happy you did that at that age, like you said, early in your career, because I think they're not done enough anymore. I mean, yeah, they are, but I feel like newer artists just don't do them because they're almost like afraid to put it
Right.
out
Or
there.
they think it's corny, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like, oh,
But you
it's,
can make it cool.
yeah,
You
like,
know, you're the artist. It's your job to make, people like stuff. I mean, especially because like, when you think about, and even honestly, even the corny Christmas songs, like, there's kids out there that want to
yeah,
listen to Christmas. There's families that like the corny stuff, like the corny stuff around
it's
Christmas
necessary.
is cool. You know what I'm saying? So, make an
100%.
R&B joint, make a hip hop Christmas song. One person who did it, who I absolutely love, is Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane, he'll
Yeah,
make a Christmas album.
and who would have expected that? But he did it, and it's
Right,
for people that want more hip hop. Like, it makes sense.
right,
Like, why not? Like, it doesn't
right,
hurt if you could do it. I mean, hey, anyone could do it today. I feel if you're a dope artist and really put in the work. But
right. Absolutely, I totally agree.
yeah, but Act Out is out. I know that's the song you're pushing right now. The Act Out and Gold Digger are my favorites.
Thank
Those are my two
you.
favorites. Act Out, I love. Like, it's funny because before I seen the video, every time I hear a song first, I always like envision what a video will be, and the video was dope. Like, you went in, like, were you? What, you cut your hair? You
They was
went
like,
in
no,
on
you did not cut your hair in that
it.
video. I'm like, y'all know, I got short hair.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But for your videos, do you get completely involved too, like with your team, and you like play, like it's all planned in your brain what you want?
yeah, I definitely do. Like when I work on stuff with my team, I actually came up with the treatment for it.
Okay.
Everybody wasn't in full agreement upon it. It was just like, are you trying to like run people away, or like, I'm like, look, people want to do this stuff. They just not saying they want to do it.
Exactly. People aren't
It's
bold enough to
girls
say it.
holding dudes at gunpoint as we speak. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think for the nice people like me, it's more of, I just want to see it and be like, get them, get them, get them. I ain't going to do it. You're not going to do it in real life, but
Yeah.
it's just like when I see those movies, like Waiting to Exhale, and she's throwing the clothes in the car and burning them. I'm like, burn them,
Burn them. Yep. And like you said, people
yes.
don't want to do it. It's like, come on, it's only a video. It's not you're doing it. Like
Right.
sometimes it does happen, but people aren't bold. Like, just go, like you said, because you're the nice girl. It's like, no, I can still act out in my video.
Right, right. Nice girls can. Nice girls, pretty girls. We can't do that. We can't act,
Yeah.
we can't act crazy because it's not ladylike. And you have to be able to express yourself,
Yeah.
So that's basically what I was doing. I wanted the drama and the suspense. Like, I'm just
You
in
did
love
it.
with the dramatic and like the killing.
And
Why
I'm
could
happy.
you do this to me?
And I'm really happy you did acting in it, like, because a lot of artists today, I feel, they're just singing and they have everyone else act for them, or they have someone else being the woman as them, but they're not doing it. They're just singing, behind a backdrop or whatever. So I'm happy you were the one doing it, and you were singing in it, and then you were doing the actual acting in it. Because I feel some artists are sometimes afraid, I feel, to kind of get involved in their music videos more.
You know
So I'm
what?
happy you did that.
I'm glad I did too. They was like, girl, you gonna make me cry. When I was doing, I was like, sing it. They was like, sing it. It's so funny because if you see like the behind the scenes of certain stuff, it's not even that serious. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
I'm accidentally popping the guy on the head with the gun by mistake, and it was a prop gun. But I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot him. I don't want to. Like, you
It's
gotta
so
do
funny.
it like you mean it. You gotta grab, and these are men, so it's a crew of men saying, "Sing it, grab them, pull it straight." And I'm like, y'all a little bit more into this.
It's exactly. People don't see that. People just see the finished product. If you don't have a behind the scenes video out, people just think it's like, no, this is how it really goes. Like, people are talking to you while you just don't, obviously you don't hear that. But it's so funny you say that, because I've been on a couple of sets, and that's how it is. They're like, oh, like literally 10 people screaming at you, and you're just like, okay, let me.
Yeah, do it again. Say
Yeah, do it.
it
Exactly.
loud.
Yeah, do it this way. Try it this way. Different angles. It's so much to it. Like, that's the other thing. I'm happy you're doing videos a lot, because a lot of artists aren't doing videos anymore, because there's not, how could I say, you don't have the 106 in parts, you don't have the TRLs, or
Right.
I remember back in the day, remember the box?
Oh yeah, I do. I
I
definitely do.
love the
Oh,
box.
ooh. Yeah, I
That
definitely remember
I,
that.
I used to get in trouble from my parents. I'd be calling on the phone, it'd be like 99 cents, and I'll wait like a whole hour till my video got played. But I feel like people don't make videos anymore for that reason, in a way, because they're not shown as much. Like, you got to check them on YouTube, or someone's social media, then a link to it. It's unfortunate. I wish there would be more video shows like that, like 106 in Park and TRL. Those were the
Yeah, that used
OGs.
to be the show. Like, you want to know who gonna vote the video to number 3 and number 2. Like,
Yep,
who? What video is number 1? What video is number 1? Oh yeah,
yep,
those were.
exactly. Yeah, the good old days. But like I said, I love you doing it, and I know you're gonna keep doing it. But I know you're working on Mood Ring, and I know you're about to drop
Yeah.
another single before the project, right? Or during the project?
I'm gonna drop a record called Grimy before the album
Okay.
drops. Um, it's basically I gave them Lois Lane. I gave everybody Real Thing Don't Change. I gave you Act Out. So now I'm giving something totally different, like
Hmm.
something a little bit more edgy, a little bit more hip hop. It's still R&B, but it's a different vibe. It's a vibe that I
Okay.
think everybody's gonna like and enjoy.
Okay.
And so they'll be like, oh,
Okay.
she about to
Yeah.
turn up. That's what they're gonna say. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be
Uh-huh.
like, okay, now I really, because the one thing I hate about some projects is that everything kind of is in the same lane, in the same zone.
Too
I
much
think you
today.
can, right? I think
Yeah.
you can have music that is different but still
Hmm.
cohesive. You can give
Yeah.
dynamic. You can give
Still a
story.
story, but yeah.
Right. You can give those things in it without everything being like flatline, like a
Uh-huh.
whole album of this. And when I hear a whole album of this, my friends, they they have their views, I have mine, but I be like,
It's
this
background
makes me
music.
sleepy.
Yeah. It's literally like when I'm not interested. Because when I listen to an album, I want to like listen, like sitting there with my headphones on, or if I'm alone in a room, like listen to it, like really. But like you said, when that music is just, you just be on your phone and don't even care, because it's like, it's good,
Right.
but it's not. And it's so much with today's artists. It's just all the same. Like, albums back in the day used to tell us, you could listen to it from, track one with an interlude, with 5 interludes in between, I remember, and 15 tracks, and it would be a whole story. Where today, like you
Right.
said, it's done enough. So I'm happy you're doing that, because it needs to be done way more. Yeah,
Yeah, because
but
I'm like, look, y'all, I need to feel like when I listen to a Rihanna album, or I listen to a Beyonce album, or I'm listening to like I like J. Cole, or like Kendrick Lamar. Like, for
uh-huh.
me, those are albums. Those are real works of art that people put thought into. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And Beyonce keeps you in the same, she you know what she about,
Yeah.
and she gonna give you what she about, but she's also gonna give you something different inside of
Different.
it. So it's like,
Yeah.
even if she on some hip hop stuff, even if she's on some pop stuff, even if she's on some R&B stuff, it's gonna be the same type of message, but she's still
Uh-huh.
gonna give you dynamic inside of it. And I'm like, that's how I want to be. Bad girl Riri gonna give you bad girl Riri. She gonna give you her message. You gonna be like, it's never like, people to me now are a little bit
Yeah.
more boxed in with their style. And I think
100%.
they don't really know. It's like, I feel like you box yourself in your style when you're not really sure who you are, and you
Yeah.
don't really know what message you're trying to give to people.
They're doing it for the clout more. Like, just,
Right,
they're
exactly.
not.
Exactly. Like, everybody's like, your
Everyone's not
message.
a singer
Yes, that too.
or a rapper. you know, that'd be like me coming out tomorrow with a rap, with an auto-tune song from, you know, Apple whatever apps and going on there saying, I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, why would I even do that? Like, you look stupid. But
Right. Yep, you made the point. Because you sure said it. See, I was trying to say it in a very nice kind of way. but but you just said it. So
well, yeah,
I
too
was
many
like,
social
well, you
media
know.
are trying to be, social media stars are trying to be singers or rappers or both. And it's like I get it, but it's like, I don't know. It just
You gotta
irritates
just
me.
find, because everybody has, because I mean, Beyonce raps and Rihanna raps, but it's like you know who they are. A lot of
And
these
they've been
artists
doing
you
it for
don't
so
really
long. They
know.
weren't doing that in the beginning. They were, like, you think about
Right,
Rihanna and Beyonce in the beginning. I mean, Beyonce was a Destiny's Child, and all she did was sing.
right,
I mean,
right,
tour, sing, album, tour, sing, award shows, performances. That's it. Same thing with Rihanna.
right.
All singing, tour, like, and now they rap. They
Yeah,
rap a
because it's
little,
like,
but
look,
it's,
I can do
you know
that.
them.
Like,
Yeah, you built your foundation as an artist, which
right.
people don't do that anymore. It's like, I always try to tell people that, like, yo, stick with one thing. If you're gonna sing, sing, do it. Don't be trying to act right off the bat. Don't be trying to be a famous social media star. Like, oh, I want my clout, I want my numbers to go up. I'm like, your numbers will go up if they see your work. Just give it time. Like, it'll happen. It just,
Right. I agree. I
yeah, it
agree.
just, this industry's, like you said, way different now than what it was. But that's what I want to ask you. Your songs you all dropped already. I know some artists do it differently or drop some. Like, for an example, I'll put Rihanna. She dropped 4 or 5 seconds, American Oxygen, and Bitch Better Have My Money.
Hmm.
They were all singles, but they weren't on Anti. So the singles you already put out, do you want them on your album, or do you have all new music, or maybe take a couple from, like, how? What are your thoughts right
Um,
now?
I would do, me personally, I would do all of them.
Okay.
It is, she's, they, with the Bitch Better Have My Money song, they kind of played that. They played that song and played it and played it and played. So it was like, if you probably heard it so much, you just like, I really don't even want it to be a part of the
Yeah.
album. Like, can we not? I don't want to hear it again.
Yeah.
So it was like she probably knew that, like, okay, hey, because they dropped it really, really early. I think,
Yeah.
she promoted it. People got it. You got the idea. Just listening to the single made you want to pick up the album, whether it was on there or not. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
we got enough of that song. We know you better have my money now. What else do you got? So I feel like it was a little bit of that, like, hey, and the album is so good. It's like it wasn't really necessary, to
Yeah.
be honest.
No.
She put the
Exactly.
song out. It did great numbers. It did what it did, and now you have Love on the Brain. Now you have other versatile records. So it's like, hey, I gave y'all the
Mm-hmm.
money song. Now I'm giving y'all something different. So I mean, I guess it's just it depends on what the circumstance is, because if it is like I put something out and I just played it so many times, and it's like, okay, now I want to move on to something else. It was like, because the single was up, so people are gonna stream the single, and even if
Yeah.
the album is up, people are gonna stream the album, and if they want to hear the song, they're gonna stream the other song. So it's like
Yeah.
it's no lose in it. I think when you do that, it's optional. So it would just
Okay.
depend on the circumstances, like how long it's been out, stuff like that.
Yeah. I want to ask you too. How many songs do you want on your album? Because it's changed so much. Where I feel like today it's really like what, like 10 songs now. Sometimes you see 9 of an album. You don't see the long, like, what do you envision for your album to have track wise?
I envision a little bit more than 10,
Okay.
but then
So
too, it's about like if I want more on there, I'll just add
yeah.
more on there. Because it's like because a lot of times you can't really narrow it down. So it's like I don't want to
Yeah.
narrow my I want to put as many songs on it as I can, because I do plan on dropping more than one project out, more than one project this year.
Yeah.
So 12, 13 records. And then I'm kind of not even, I try not to limit myself in thought. So it's like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to say it's going to be 9 songs.
Not. Mm-hmm.
You know, because honestly, when Chris Brown released those, I forgot how many songs he released. It
Man,
had
there
to
was
be
so
like,
40 something songs. The one.
yeah. What is it
Yeah.
going to hurt? It's going to give people more to listen to, you know.
Yeah. I mean, if you
And
could do it, why not? I mean, to be honest, and as long as your
and
label or who you're working with agrees with you and thinks it's smart, like it doesn't
right,
hurt. Like
right. I totally
and you
agree
can't
with that.
say you need an album right away, right after, because it's like, yo, you got X amount of tracks to keep you good for a minute.
Right. And then too, it's like songs are so much shorter now. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, your song is like two
Two
minutes
minutes
and
and
30
yep.
freaking seconds. Like,
That's great.
so
That blows my mind today. How
people
so
just
many
don't want to
songs.
listen to long songs anymore. I don't know.
People
I
just want
don't.
hooks. They don't want like the verse. Like I like the verse. I want a first verse. I want a second verse. I want a bridge. I want a third verse. Man, I want to rap on it. I like a 5 minute song. You know, like they don't. It, they're there, but it's not as often. The true music heads, yes, no, but I feel like kids of the kids of today, it's just like you said, a 2 minute song or like 1 minute and 59 seconds I've seen recently. I'm like, what?
Oh no, I can't get down that
What?
low. Like when songs start becoming 30 seconds, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
don't
what?
know. Like
How's this on iTunes? I'm like, how is this? How could this even chart? This shouldn't even be
I'm not
able.
gonna go under 250. I'm not going under 250.
Yeah,
I can't do a 1 minute song. That's not a song.
because well, to wrap up, I don't want to take your whole day because I know you're probably rehearsing. I know you got a performance, but you know, under these circumstances, what are your plans for the rest of this year? And then, 2021, let's pray it's pretty much back to
We back in the
normal.
game.
Yeah,
I
we
look.
back in the game. So
Manifest it.
yeah, we got to put in the universe, got to, yeah. What do you envision for the rest of this year and then 2021?
Um, actually being able to go back on tour, get back on tour with the album,
Yeah.
do more performances, uh, just having the opportunity to just touch more people and just build my fan base more and build my audience more and be able to just connect with people. Those are my
Mm-hmm.
main goals, especially right now while this is going on, because I do believe like during this time it's an opportunity for people to really really connect with
Yep.
people. And
Yeah. You have no excuse.
right, absolutely, absolutely. So that's what I'm just trying to do now, get back on the road and do more and connect with people more.
Okay. And then, Juan, what did you say the album's dropping? Do you have an exact date yet, or are you
This
kind of toying with it?
it's going to drop this summer.
It is?
Yeah,
Okay. Dope, dope,
yeah,
dope.
it's
Well,
definitely
no.
going to drop this summer.
Okay, dope. That's good to know. Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out because I know, you performed today, and I know that, it's taken seriously. You got a lot of prep for it. But like you said, it's still, you get nervous and get anxious and want to make everything perfect. So, I appreciate your time. Be safe, stay healthy. And yeah, I can't wait to personally meet you when you come. Either I come out to a show in another city or you come to Chicago. We'll definitely have to link up and yeah, stay connected.
Yeah, that'll be great. I look forward to it.
Yeah, but yeah, be safe and yeah, I'll talk soon. I'm definitely gonna check out your performance tonight.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
See ya.
Okay.
Well, I won't see you obviously, but you'll see me there.
Okay. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
Okay. Peace.
Bye bye.
Bye.